Chapter 1 Help Me. You are listening at FameTV.info. Chapter 1. Help Me original by Ram the Knight, translated by James, proofread by Tim and Akamal. Dare bother my girlfriend again and I'll beat you to death. Louis was standing at the bus stop. He began to recall of what that grade hooligan boss's footman said to him after school as he grabbed his collar and threatened him. As he thought of it, he started having the chills. At the same time there was a fiery feeling of pain on his face. He really wanted to find a beauty and smash his face into her bosom. Why is life so unfair? What's wrong with me liking Mai Kitsune? I rarely even manage to talk to her. Did you really need to threaten me and slap my face? Louis touched his face. He looked at his thin and weak body and sighed. If only I had the physiques of Arnold Schwarzenegger. No hooligan boss would dare mess with me then. Louis then thought of Mai Kitsune's beautiful face and her exquisite body and sighed. Most of the girls in his grade ignore him. Even the internet girls paid no attention to him. Jiaoxi. Am I doomed to be a Jiaoxi all my life and live a lonely life? Oh dear heaven. Please give me, Louis, a girl. Unfortunately the heavens appeared not to answer Louis's call. Instead of a girl, a bus came whistling through. It nearly ran into Louis, scaring him so much that he stepped back 2 steps hurriedly. Little rascal, are you trying to die? As the bus door opens, what came forth was the bus driver shouting at Louis, and at this period of time, there were a lot of people taking public transportation. Before the bus was even able to pull up to the bus stop, a group of people had already swarmed the bus door, blocking it completely. Louis saw that the bus was currently packed full. However, because his stomach was rumbling with hunger, he could only join the others in cramming into the bus. Little rascal, stop trying to cram into the bus. An old granny bravely crammed herself into the bus as if she wasn't a granny at all. Louis was pushed against the side and stepped on someone's foot. Fucking shit. Brat, you trying to die? Louis stepped on a big baldy. That baldy immediately started cursing at him, scaring Louis so much that he trembled in fear and immediately began trying to follow the stream of people up the bus. Really? Why so fierce? It's just a bald head. My school's guidance director had a C.within.the.earth hairdo that looked even more fierce than you, TL. C.within.the.earth hairdo. http://www.huanxio.com/attachment 2010/2012/08080811271812.jpg. Louis started having delusions again. He began to imagine the scene of him fighting valiantly against the big baldy, beating him till he begged for forgiveness on the ground, and finally kicking him out of the bus. TSK, that's what a man should do. However, after he looked at his arm that had no meat at all and then looked at the baldy's shit lump like muscles, Louis finally decided to give up. Get the fuck out of the way. Else I'll beat your fucking ass. That bald man started squeezing through the crowd. The bus was already packed full with people. With the baldy squeezing through the crowd, the interior of the bus was like a bomb that's about to blow up. Many people wanted to complain, but when they saw the fiend like baldy, they dare not utter a single word. Nowadays, who would dare to cause trouble? That baldy quickly walked next to a young woman. Louis's eyes also followed the baldy. Suddenly, his breathing sped up. My God. Is this girl some sort of celebrity? 2.2.2.2 beautiful. At that split second, even Louis's eyes popped out. This woman was glistering with beauty. Her lips were red, her teeth were white, and her figure was both seductive and voluptuous. This kind of girl, her appearance should have been limited to only the television. How did she manage to come out to the reality? Even the prettiest girl in class, Morong Dai, could not compare to her beauty. Her long wavy hair reached all the way down her abundant buttocks. Because of the fact that it's summertime, she was wearing a white T-shirt. Her chest looked very plentiful. The clothes covering her chest were wide open. It was as if there was a pair of plump apples inside. On the lower half of her body was a pair of booty short jeans wrapping around her abundant buttocks. Although her buttocks were tightly wrapped by her jeans, her 2 slender legs were completely revealed, attracting the attention of all of the men on the bus. this kind of beauty, it was something that Lu Yi could only fantasize in his dreams. That Baldy obviously also noticed the beauty. He squeezed his way through to her, his hand immediately swinging all over the place and, as if coincidence, landed on the beauty's abundant buttocks. The beauty immediately turned around. She wanted to move away, however the amount of people surrounding them was too great. Crammed inside the bus, there was nowhere for her to run. Her black pupils, without any better option, could only move to the people around her, requesting them for help. Soon, her sight landed on Lu Yi, who was closest to her. Lu Yi was immediately startled. Those eyes, oh how helpless they are, oh how pitiful they are, help me. From her lips, it was as if she spat out those two words. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.